What's going on, guys? So I was not planning on recording this. I just got a package from my resident troll, Sammy. Shout out to Sammy. He even had this lovely little note in there. It's all about the details. So he sent me a bunch of decants randomly. He sent me a Senza, which I've never tried before. I mean, he even went so far as to put it, let me get it to focus, from your friendly neighborhood troll. I mean, it's all, like I said, it's all about the details. Shout out to Sammy. Sent me a bunch of decants, including the new Acqua Di Gio EDP. So I'm sitting here smelling it, and I wasn't gonna do a first impressions video. I was just gonna sit here and, you know, spend time with it over the next several days and do a full review. But I'm quite surprised with what I've discovered, and I wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. So stay tuned. Okay, so first and foremost, again, this is my initial impressions. It's been on my hand for about 25 to 30 minutes now. The opening here, I get a blast of the mandarin orange. So immediately in the top, I'm thinking, okay, so it is a little bit different than the Profondo releases, Profondo and Profondo Lights. Has the, you know, the more modern C notes, fantasy aquatic note that has been used in this line, and it has a little hit of Profondo similarity, but the orange kind of veers it off a little bit. So the top, I'm like, okay, we're going the right direction here. But as it starts to dry, this lavender, clary sage, mineral notes kind of blend comes out, and what I get from it, I think it's the mineral notes, lavender and C notes, making it more and more and more like Profondo. I'm not saying it's one-to-one with Profondo, but so far it's feeling pretty redundant to Profondo. And that's a little disappointing for me. Not exactly the same, but I feel like this could be another Profondo flanker, honestly. It doesn't veer completely in the direction of Profondo. It kind of falls somewhere in between Acqua Di Gio EDT, the original, and Profondo. It kind of falls in the middle. So based on my first impressions, currently, I don't know how worthy of a purchase this is yet. Does it smell good? Yeah, absolutely. Do I feel like I need to rush out and get a bottle? Not yet. This is one of those instances where it was meant to be. I'm so glad Sammy sent me this decant, even though I know I'm probably still going to get the bottle, and I'm going to wear it. I had to give you guys this thought because if you have Profondo, I think you really should sample this one first. If you don't have Profondo, this might be a better suit because it does have less of a synthetic opening than Profondo. It's not as synthetic. It doesn't have that aquazone note that was made specifically for Acqua Di Gio Profondo. So it's not as sharp and synthetic up top. It's a little bit warmer without that incense type of feel. I think that's the clary sage, kind of adding that little bit of greenery, herbaceous warmth to it. So it's not exactly the same, but it is close enough. In the heart and early dry down, definitely. It's close enough to where I definitely urge you to try it before you just reach out and blind buy a full bottle if you have Acqua Di Gio Profondo already. If you have Profondo Lights, I feel like it's different enough, but Profondo, I feel like there's a lot of similarity here. The projection, the way it pushes off of my skin seems to be similar. I think performance is probably going to be no concern here. I'm sure it'll be fine, above average. I don't know about it being a beast, but it won't be average or weak. It'll be very good, above average type of stuff at the least. It's pleasant. It's enjoyable. I like it. It's a blue feeling aquatic fragrance. More dense than a light blue, but still has the freshness of a light blue fragrance. Those of you that have been watching me a while, you know what I mean when I say blue and light blue. Blue's a bit more dense, better situations. Light blue is a bit more fresh, more warmer weather situations, whereas this kind of has a somewhere in between type of feel because it's a dense light blue smell. It still has some greener components to it from this clary sage. The lavender does offer a little bit of a shower gel feel with the C notes. I am digging this. I'm concerned that it might be a little too redundant if you already have Profondo. That's the reason for this video in the first place. That's why I decided to press record and start talking to the camera so I could relay this message to you guys, because it's one that I was very excited about this. And I'm not saying I'm any less excited, but I am, like I said, a little bit more concerned. If I had to put a percentage of similarity, I would say this is like 60 to 70% of Profondo. There's a pretty strong similarity here, but there's almost as much similarity to the original. I guess you could call it a 60-40 split of 60% similar to Profondo, 40% similar to the original. That's why I say it kind of falls somewhere in between. And if you're the type that isn't just a big Giorgio Armani fan or Armani Beauty fan or fan of the Acqua Di Gio line and you just love everything they put out, which is usually the case for me with this line, I'm going to get a bottle. I'm going to continue to test and I'm going to do a full review. But I felt like this was important enough that I needed to get it out to you guys. If you value my opinion at all, I do not think it's a good move to blind buy this. If you have Acqua Di Gio Profondo, definitely get out and sample it. It smells really good though. Not trying to knock it, just concerned that it's got a strong enough similarity to its most recent popular flanker in this line, which is Acqua Di Gio Profondo. So that is my quick first impressions, my initial thoughts on the new Acqua Di Gio Eau de Parfum. Thank you, Sammy, my resident troll, for sending this out to me. It'd be great if it would just focus on, there we go. For sending this out to me, I greatly appreciate you, my friend. And more to come. I'm going to spend some time with this over the next several days to a week, maybe even 2 weeks. I'm going to definitely need to really take some time with this one, even though it's not a complex niche fragrance. I don't know. There's enough similarity that I want to be 100% certain in my thoughts, and that may come after 2 or 3 wearings. It may come after 10 wearings. Yet to be determined, but my initial thoughts is do not blind buy. If you have Profondo, try before you buy because there's a strong similarity. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. How many of you have it already? What do you think? Have you tried both, and do you agree? Do you disagree? I mean, there's both ends of the spectrum. Some will agree with me. Some will disagree with me. Some are going to be thrilled that I put this out before they pulled the trigger. And some won't care. That's just the mixed bag that comes with putting out videos like this. But I felt it was my due diligence to let you guys know my initial thoughts and feelings on this one, because it's no secret that I am a fan of this line. Until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on Acqua Di Gio EDP and you give it a spray now, hopefully you try it before you buy it, because you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.